Welcome back, business builders. Lars Hedenborg here, the founder of Real Estate B School. Do you struggle like I do with consistently doing the activities that you know you need to do to get the results that you know you want or you say you want, whether it's prospecting or lead follow-up or just following a diet plan or, consistently feeding into those around you, your family, your spouse, your loved ones, that sort of thing? If you struggle, or maybe you have a good day, and then you sort of fall off for the rest of the week, right? You do your prospecting one day and then you fall off. If you struggle like I do to consistently do the things that you know you need to do to get the results that you know you want in all the areas of life that matter to you, then you're in the right spot. Stay tuned for today's episode. Today's episode, I want to walk through what's worked for me in the past and those that have succeeded at a high level in terms of maybe you're in a rut and you just can't seem to do the things that you know you need to do, or maybe you put a few days together and then you fall off the wagon, right? This is the ultimate example for me is in our physical bodies, right? I know I need to eat healthy. I know I need to work out. I know I need to sleep 8 hours. I know I need to consume a gallon of water, but sometimes I can put like a good week together or maybe even a good month together, but then I fall away and I forget to do those things, or it's easier just not to do those things and sort of accept the status quo or fall into complacency. So I struggle with these things. Everyone that achieves at a high level struggles with these things. But I want to dive deep into what has worked for me to overcome some of these things. And it's really been a change in perspective. If you can change your perspective, you can grow your real estate business. You can have a better marriage. You can, crush it when it comes to your physical body and fitness and well-being, right? Perspective shift can get you what you want in your business and your life. My name is Lars Hedenborg. I'm the founder of Real Estate B School. I've dedicated my entire existence to helping real estate agents and team leaders grow and scale their real estate businesses so that they can systematically increase their net worth and time away from the office. I'm talking more money, more freedom, and more impact. Before I get into it, don't forget to grab a copy of my free book called Scale or Die: Achieving True Freedom in Your Real Estate Business and Living a Life Without Regrets. You can go to scaleorddiebook.com. That's scaleorddiebook.com to grab your free copy now. I actually recently went on a mission trip to Honduras, and I went with a bunch of high-performing business people, guys that are playing the game of business, specifically real estate investing or real estate team building at the highest levels, guys that are selling hundreds of homes per year, or flipping hundreds of homes per year, or wholesaling hundreds of homes per year. These guys are successful when it comes to business and financial success, and they're living these great lives. And we were all dumbfounded and sort of in awe at the extreme poverty and suffering that we experienced on this mission trip. The city that we were in Honduras was actually, or is actually, one of the top 5 most dangerous cities in the world. I did not know this going into the trip. I don't think my wife, Julie, would have let me go if I would have known this going into the trip, but I know God had a plan and he got us there and back home safely. The reason I bring up this mission trip or doing anything that's not for yourself is that, when I look at perspective shift and growth in business and life, it helps to have some idea what's going on outside of you. I actually went on my first mission trip back in 2010, I think it was, to Haiti. And I've been on 5 or 6 mission trips at this point. Each one of them has brought me back to my life with a level of gratitude, of grace and understanding that I just didn't have going into these trips. So I'm not saying that you need to go to the 5th most dangerous city in the world in order to experience perspective shift and business growth. I am saying that there are a few things that you can do that can shift things for you dramatically so that you can accelerate and build momentum in the areas of business and life that matter most to you. So here's the first thing I recommend you do if you're not achieving your goals, or you're in a rut, or you're sort of down and out, is to get clear on where you want your business and your life to go. We call this the 3-year vision in Real Estate B School. It's just detailing out exactly what you want the future to look like. So if you're looking at your business, you'll say, well, I want to be selling, 100 homes 3 years from now. I want to take home, $30,000, $40,000 a month. I want to not work evenings. I don't want to work weekends. I only want to work with sellers, right? Get clear on what you want the business to look like. That's the first step, 3-year vision. Next step is to break that down into a 1-year plan. Very simple. If I'm going to achieve this 3-year vision, what does the first year need to look like? We call that the 1-year plan. So, maybe I need to hire a virtual assistant to run my marketing, or maybe I need to hire a showing agent because that's what's keeping me out on evenings and out on weekends, right? Or maybe I don't have enough leads. I need to implement lead gen levers into my business so I can have an overflow of opportunity, right? So those are the things that you could do in the 1 year in terms of like a 1-year plan. And then we break it down into 90, what we call the 90-day world, 90 days at a time. So 3-year vision, 1-year plan, 90-day world. So what has to happen in the first quarter of the first year of this 3-year vision? So you would take that same rationale and say, what project could I work on in this first quarter of this first year of this 3-year vision so that I can move closer to achieving this 1-year plan? And basically, I've seen mistakes made in this area all the time that you can't really work on more than one thing at a time. So if you don't have enough leads, you need to work on one lead gen lever, right? Your database and treating it like $1 million lead gen lever, that's one thing that you could work on for a quarter or 2 quarters or 3 quarters or even 4 quarters to generate 25, 50, 75, 100 transactions from that one lead gen lever. So that's an example of a project that you can work on in a quarter, a specific project. Then we break it down into the week and the daily. So in a week, what are the top 3 things that you must get done every day? What are the top 3 tasks that you must get done? So you can see that the 3-year vision, the 1-year plan, the 90-day world, a weekly and daily cadence can actually take your 3-year vision and bring it to today. And what should I work on today? Everything that I work on today is leading me closer to achieving the 3-year vision that I see for my business and for my life. The next thing I would recommend is to start a simple gratitude practice. This is just giving thanks for all the things that are working in your life. So if you're thinking that you're not achieving in your marriage, you're not achieving with your kids, or you're not where you want to be in your business or financially or physical, like rather than sort of stacking on the blame and the shame and the guilt and how you're not doing what you should be doing, simply sort of flip the script and look for the things that are awesome in your life. Start every day. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for. These could be little things. I'm grateful for a little bit of solitude this morning. I can be with my dog and I can sip on a cup of coffee. Some days are harder than others if you're going through a storm, but every day you can find 3 things that you're grateful for. And then I would also end the day with 3 amazing things that happened during the day. So you're beginning the day by declaring these are 3 things I'm grateful for, and you're ending the day with 3 amazing things that happened today. If you had a crap show of a day and you sit down and you commit and make yourself write 3 amazing things that happened during the day, you will find them. They may be little, but you will find them, and it will create this psychology of fulfillment where you're counting your blessings, you're giving thanks for all that's good in the beginning part of the day, and at the end of the day, you are simply just writing down the amazing things that happened. Pro tip on this one is that there's an app on your phone called 5-Minute Journal, and they also have a physical version if you're more of a sort of physical handwriting person. 5-Minute Journal, it's FIVE, but I think the actual app has a number 5 on it. So that's the pro tip. Pick up the app. You can actually put an image in your daily journal entries, and it takes you through that exercise morning and evening, and you're on your way. The final thought I have here in terms of this perspective shift so you can start to grow in the areas of life that matter most to you is simply to serve others. And this hasn't been something that has sort of been natural for me to do. This has come over time. I've learned that when I'm feeling down and out, or I'm feeling sort of a little pity party, like I'm not achieving my goals, that's where these mission trips, and that's what made me think of like perspective shift, being in Honduras, me going in 2010, to Peru. Those trips give me this massive perspective shift that I'm just in service to others, right? And then I come back and I'm even more on fire to do my mission here locally because I had that experience. So these could be simple things. It's just doing stuff outside of your own goals or stuff for you. It could be helping your spouse in a way that you don't normally help your spouse. Guys, it could be literally dishwasher or laundry, or, you know, say, hey, honey, I've got a time block on Saturday that I want to give to you. Here's a list. You can write down 5 things and I'll knock it out for you. It could be simple stuff like that. Maybe just doing something with your kids that they want to do. It could be helping a team member if you're running a real estate team, or it could be, you know, volunteering at your school, or volunteering, you know, for a local charity or something like that. So being in service really makes it hard to feel like you're not achieving, or you're somehow behind the curve in terms of like everyone else has it all together and I can't quite get it together, right? So be in service to others, and that will force this perspective shift so that you can get back to work on the things that matter most to you and do the activities that are required to get the results in the areas of life and business that you say matter to you. To wrap it up here, this episode could come off as a little preachy, a little bit virtue signaling, like, oh, look at me, you know, I went to Honduras and I've done all these mission trips and all this great work. I'm not coming at you like that. I have struggled immensely in enjoying my journey. You know, I've achieved at a very high level in business and life. 5,000 plus families served in the real estate team, hundreds, if not over 1,000 real estate agents and team leaders through Real Estate B School. I've helped them grow and scale their businesses. I have personally made all the mistakes that you could possibly make in business and in life. I actually had in my business plan from 2011, those were my sort of heavy lift, heavy building years for the real estate team. I actually had a category of improvement called Enjoy the Ride, where I was so hard charging. I was never where I wanted to be. I was always sort of behind and feeling discontent and sort of crabby and cranky to those around me, my family, you know, my kids, my team members. Everyone was sort of like, why are you constantly driving to achieve something instead of just enjoying where you are? And I really sort of, first I took offense to comments like that. Then I really thought about it, like, what's the point of constantly achieving and pushing yourself if you're not going to enjoy the ride? So my concluding thought here is that I do not have all this figured out. I still struggle with some of this today, which is why I put myself in situations where I can get this perspective shift, where I can serve others, where I have to write down the things I'm grateful for. And I have to have a 3-year vision, a big vision, you know, that's bigger than me. In the Bible, whether you believe the Bible or not, there's a good proverb, I think it's 27:18 or around there, says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Right? So where there is no vision, the people perish. I think that's true for all of us. If we don't have a clear vision of where we're going, we're going to lose interest. We're going to get distracted, and we're not going to be the best that we could possibly be. And your business growth journey will come with its set of challenges. There's no easy path to building a real estate business. You will get knocked down. The goal as business builders, our job is to keep getting back up, to not get discouraged, and keep moving forward. That does it for today's episode. I'm hoping that this gave you a little bit of tactical along with the mindset shift so that you could have a perspective shift and ultimately achieve at a higher level in the areas of life and business that matter most to you. And don't forget to grab a free copy of my book, scaleorddiebook.com. There's no agenda except to get that book in your hands so that you can build a real estate business that gives you true time and money freedom so that you could live a life without regrets. If you enjoyed this episode, would you do me a favor and share the episode with an agent that might be struggling? Right now, the market is shifting. Things are going sideways. There's so much fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I call that FUD. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And it's getting the best of many agents. A lot of agents are going to get out of the business. And by sharing this episode, it might be the pick-me-up that they need to get them on a different trajectory. We'll see you on the next episode.